Hello everyone and welcome to Neuro, Voire. This is a roguelike indie game that is still in early alpha, as you can see on the very bottom. It is alpha 12, it's recently been updated with a couple new enemies, couple new locations and whatnot. So first of all, what is this game? You are playing a robot without brains, but you do have a sort of bias, which is the core of your programming, if you will, which is this always sticks to you no matter what class you select, and we have a choice of 22 biases. We can only take one, and I'm gonna, since it's best for starters, it's best for survivability, self-repair. Restore half of your HP. This is something you can activate by pressing Alt, I think, and yeah, it recharges. Some of those biases are also passive. They have effects that are always on, if you will. And let's talk about the levels here. So you can see we have 3 levels from which we can choose here, and they have size, difficulty, and loot each. And the bars represent like how much. Like this first one is small but very difficult and with average loot. The second one is relatively small, medium difficulty and pretty good loot. And the third one is relatively large, low difficulty and a lot of loot. So I think we're gonna go with this one. And when we start, we are always a small robot like this here, and we are basically by default a dash class. Dash classes are small and not very tanky, but they are fast and they have this little dash with their spacebar. Now these drops are always items, are always equipment. There's no such things as potions or consumables or anything like that. And the crystals that I'm gathering, I need to finish a level. You can see this bar up here. Once this is full, we can leave the level and teleport back to our mothership and equip the stuff that we find. And these props, you should always shoot props because there's sometimes pickups inside them, sometimes there's items inside of them, sometimes there's crystals. And enemies you can also categorize into 3 groups. That one right there was a bad guy. It was a big one, a fortress, if you will, which is also one of the other categories of, like one of the other classes that you can equip yourself as. We'll get to that a little bit later once we reach the mothership. For now, I'm just gonna try to survive here. You start, or you always have 2 weapons, and you start with an auto gun, which is the one I'm firing right now, and a sort of melee weapon, a sword. I think it's right now some sort of melee weapon. And these guys are scary. And the pickups have different colors of lights, like the light beams in the middle are of different colors. White is common, so normal. Then there's green, which is uncommon. Blue is special, and golden, like that one right there, is epic. So it's the best possible thing you can find. And we picked up an epic sensor, which is great because sensors are the basically helmets of the fortress class, and I prefer fortress classes because I don't mind very much being slow, but I very much appreciate the extra HP. But that's probably just my personal preference. Other people might prefer being fast, like with the dash class, and they can dodge incoming attacks with their quick movement. Also, if you hold tab, you can see the map, and you can see on the very bottom right there's something we still haven't exploded. Hello, there's somebody we haven't killed here. We found a firecracker, which is an explosive weapon. Can do a good amount of damage. It's pretty inaccurate, so I wouldn't recommend using it. You can't blow yourself up with your own explosive weapons, that's worth noting, but obviously if an enemy hits you with an explosive weapon, you will take damage. Okay. Now we hold E in order to teleport back to the mothership. Now don't hit enter and click ready to go to the next mission, rather press E. And now we can select which part we wanna equip. For now we want, where is the sensor? It wasn't a sensor? It said sensor upon pickup, and the light beam was orange. Now that is something they still need to fix. Apparently sometimes it displays the wrong name, but in any case I'm gonna go for this. Ah, okay, I can't because I don't have one fortress item on each part. For each part I don't have a core for a fortress. I only have one for a dash. So for now we can only go for dash items, which is good because this is for the dash and it gives us a lot more EP, lower cooldown, more power. Right. We can basically destroy everything else that we don't need by pressing T and then confirming it with E. I want to keep the sensor because I want to switch to a fortress class later. Transport. Now for dash, these are always called movers. We only have this mover, though the other two are propellers. Let's dump the worst one. Gun 1, now comes the fun part. We have a grenade launcher. We have a cutter, which is what we're gonna equip in the second slot. Enhanced Splash Plasma of Annihilation. You can already see that the names on these weapons are sometimes quite silly, and that is good. Splash Plasma is a frag type. You know what, I wanna try that. But the other gun is better, it seems. Cutter, Protonic Double Shotgun. Balanced Firewall. I don't like the liquid weapons like flamethrowers and stuff. Wait, what? Okay. I pressed the wrong button. I wanted to trash this one. I don't like shotgun weapons either. So this has a splash of 52. This has a splash of 49. Because I'm looking at the splash of all things on the melee weapons, because like all the other stats are always the same on melee weapons after each level. Autogun, plasma gun. I don't like plasma guns. Pulse beam is pretty good. Pulse shocker I don't like. Firecracker I don't like. So autogun. Let's go for the splash plasma of annihilation. And then for this simple cutter and trash everything else. So it's not in our inventory anymore. Right. And now we press Q and then ready. That was our first equipment phase, if you will, and you can also see on the the section up top, the progress. Like the bigger squares are always some boss fights, and bosses are really tough. I think there's currently only one boss, which is like let's go for this one actually. I'll explain why in a second. And the bosses always pretty much the same, but it's harder in the second section of the game, even harder in the third one, and so on and so forth. Why did I go for the highest difficulty if the loot was the same on all levels? That is because more difficulty means more difficult enemies, and the harder enemies have a better chance of dropping good stuff. I should be careful here though, because I am not tanky right now. I wanna become tanky though. So let's try this. Here. Of course, being fast is nice, but it's not essential in my opinion. It's just like, you know, I'd rather survive than, you know, run fast. Keep in mind that it doesn't matter what class you're equipped as. That doesn't affect your weapon damage. That is something you should consider, should keep in mind, because like at first I thought that this would also kind of this would also have an effect on what damage you do, because maybe if you're tankier, your damage is things on, but no, that's not the case. These guys, they took a pounding, but we got him. There's an epic thing again. It is a helmet, as you can see in the eye kind of logo on it. It said sensor again, so if it's not an epic sensor, we use the mothership again, then we know for sure that this is kind of a thing that they should still work on. But keep in mind, it is still early alpha, and stuff like that can happen. Alright, that took 3 shots from our... what is it even called? I got it. Okay, now I use my active. As well as that Grim is exactly half HP, and now it's gonna recharge back up. Sometimes I can't see my crosshair on these frostbite levels, which is a little bit annoying. I think you can change the crosshair color though. I just need to find where. Much better fire range than I first thought it had. Look at it by the big guy, because no matter, even if the shots look small from these guys, they always do a good amount of damage. So you should watch out. Whereas the small guys, even if they shoot what looks like a huge laser towards you or a grenade, it's not gonna hurt as much. We also found a fat beam. It seems fat beams are my favorite kind of weapon in this game, and I'll show you why after we go to the mothership again. First of all, we need to clear out this level though. You can see our active is almost ready again. It took some time to recharge, and now it's ready again. It made a little noise. I don't know if you could hear that, but it is definitely there. Alright. Okay, up we go. You should watch your EP when you're dashing rapidly, because dashing obviously takes EP, and you don't want to run out of energy. Well, EP stands for energy points. I didn't mention that before. Because if you run out of energy, you can't attack either. Oh, he's a bad guy. Not anymore. Alright. Get enough crystals. I'm still gonna destroy these rocks. And then... right. Got nothing out of that. It's okay, we could have gotten something. Right. Vision. There we go. Ferocious sensor of perfect despair. That sounds like the perfect thing for us right now. Yes, we will change that. And now what we're gonna do is trash everything else. Unless we find something even better, which I doubt. No, we didn't. Good, now for a core. We need reactors. So that one is already better on EP. Not better on HP, but yeah, I don't think we're gonna swap, honestly. This one though. Or yeah, let's go for this one, the giant reactor. Good. Transport. We need propellers. Now this is a pretty basic one. Quantic shifter sounds really cool. Gamma propeller of brother despair. Gotta go with that one. Great propeller of rampage. Doesn't sound too bad either, but it's not as good as ours. Good. Now for the guns. We have a bad Magnum, but we basically already know what we want. Because we want the small fat beam of sister destruction. These names, man. And we want a melee weapon, balanced plasma sword of doom, for example. Or we could just go with the cutter, because it has better splash, and everything else is basically the same. Or actually no, this has lower, this costs less energy per swing, so I think I'm gonna go with this one. And dump everything else. Galactic Magnum sounds really cool though. And trash everything else. I do this I do all this trashing because I want to have a better overview of my inventory at all times. So what do we go for? Minimum size and 4 difficulty and 5 loot, or the other way around? I think we go for this one. Man, we're 18 minutes in the 3rd level now, but we're gonna pick up the pace at this point, because now we're strong, and this is exactly why I love the fat beam. Look at all the damage, and it's piercing as well. What we need now is energy regeneration if we can get it. So watch out for this guy. Now as dash we had the dash on our spacebar. As fortress we have this. Shield that makes us invulnerable for as long as we hold it, and it reflects bullets or all kinds of projectiles, but they don't damage enemies. Also haven't mentioned that I like the music in this game. It's not too loud for you guys, but I still like it. Also, these kind of crystal generators are apparently sometimes spawning in the water. They said they fixed that in one of the previous updates. That one was clearly still in the water, but it's okay. Even if they don't fix it, you still get the crystals. It's just because, you know, some people like running double melee, and they wouldn't be able to get to that crystal generator. Do we have anything else? No, nothing for fortress. And as far as guns go, I want that, I want this, I want that, Pulse beam, no. Machine gun of despair. No, so we're just gonna stick with what we already had. Let's just do a quick one, like that. Now with every level that you complete, enemies will get more speed. That was a big enemy, but we dropped bad stuff. It's okay though, you can do it all. Just be careful here. These rockets obviously hurt. Just basically tanked all of them to the face and used my heal to not die. At 90 HP again, so it should be fine for the rest of this level because it's only a small one. A generator and that one. Explosions from props can actually hurt you, especially from the ones that have that big blast radius, like these ones with the stripe in the middle. These explosions can hurt you. Let's shoot this first. So I'm a little bit scared about the next level because enemies are gonna do more damage and have more HP than on this one, and if I don't upgrade myself, I'm gonna have a bad time. Oh yes. Actually that's less EP, is it? Oh, not really. Only one less. Core. Giant reactor of Sister Rampage. With this. EP cost minus 37%. That's huge. So we use a lot less energy with our attacks. Pulse beam, shotgun. You know what, we should go with one of these. Even though I don't like him as much, they're still better overall for us in our situation. What is the second weapon we're gonna use? I think we're gonna just stick with... Maybe we're gonna equip this back and that into a second. So that seems like a good idea, I think. So now we're gonna complete the level with two beam type weapons, and then if we get through this, we're gonna fight the first boss. Oh, the hitbox on this one got nerfed, it seems. This used to be wider, full speed. He disappeared for a second and then came back. Didn't know that was a thing. But it's okay. Can I not get through here? Yeah, he got invisible for a second. Again running low on energy despite the significantly lower energy costs. Right. There's also a bias that allows you to make it that makes it so enemy explosions, like when they die, can also hurt other enemies, which is, I think, the bias that got me furthest so far. I got all the way to the second boss and then died, but I don't think that mainly comes down to that bias. It was probably mostly down to the fact that I got really strong items. Had a million HP, very large amount of HP, something around like 350 or something, which is twice of what we have right now, and I don't really think we're in danger. At this point at least. After the first boss, everything gets a little bit harder, as in pretty much every single one of these games. Alright, so we got 2 more weapons, a shotgun and a multi-grenade. Multi-grenade sounds fun. So we should go up here. The guy took a swing at me. We regretted it. He died shortly afterwards. We do not have HP regeneration yet, which is a very important thing to have, especially, well, basically, especially as every single time. There's 2 epic generators. Did I see that correctly, or did my eyes deceive me? But if it was generators, after all, then we're not going to be able to use them. Another fat beam, that's awesome, because we needed another one of those. Since the old one is getting a little bit lackluster at this point, it's getting a little bit dated, if you will, a little bit outclassed by the enemies. It's okay, we got a new one now. This level as well, and right, what do we get? Only trash as far as I'm concerned. And as far as cores go, beta reactor. Oh, they removed HP regeneration from these reactors, I think. That's at least what it seems like. Is it on a vision now? No. I think life regeneration was removed altogether. Yeah, 2 epic generators. So there's no more HP regen possible at this point. So that means that this BIOS is even more important than it already was. So there's the ultimate fat beam of lucky power. We have to equip that one. And this does a lot of damage. However, the ferocious mini nuke of doomed rampage. You can see that deep damage per second is only 260, but the shot damage is 650. 650 damage if it hits once. That's a shitload of damage. Firecracker does the same amount of damage, but it shoots faster and also it's very inaccurate. Autogun, no thank you. Double beam of blast, we could equip that too. Heavy fragment. You know what, I think I'm gonna go with the multi-grenade shooting. That's what I'm gonna go for. I don't think I've used no, you know what, let's go for the mini nuke. Because I wanna display the power of that thing. Double beam of blastum is so good though. I don't want to use exclusively laser weapons though, that would get a little bit boring. And now that we're at the first boss, I can show you what it does and hopefully also how to fight it. Oh, looks like we're in frostbite area again. So there's one big guy. Seems like there's no smaller guys on the side, but also this arena is really small at this point. Wow, the mini nuke did a lot of damage. Holy crap, it did a lot of damage. And he's dead. No, that was just an absolute demonstration of power on the mini nuke's part. We got a plasma hammer, a generator, a railgun. Well, alright. Let's see. I don't want that. I don't need this. Protonic plasma hammer of dummy annihilation. Never heard that name before. Battle railgun of cleaning. No, I'm gonna stick with what I have. And am I gonna use the melee weapon? No, I don't think so. I'm gonna stick with the mini nuke. And let's do a big size, medium difficulty, and high loot sewer floor at this point. This big size and big loot is always a great combination. You're gonna find a lot of stuff here, hopefully. This mover, propeller. I think since there's no more HP regen on items anymore, this bias right here, the self-repair, becomes even more important than it already was. At this point, I don't even think it's much of an argument which one you should take. You should basically always take this one. We won! Those grenades did a lot of damage. It did a shit ton of damage, and that's exactly why you should never lose focus in this game. And anyway, hope you guys enjoy this game. Hope you want to see more of it, because there's gonna be more of it on my channel. So hope you liked this episode. Leave a like or a comment if you did. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.